Yo, my people, what's up? It's your boy, that guy Trevor, and welcome back to another YouTube video. Yeah, recently I've been sharing tips for all music creators, producers, and anyone in the industry of making art as a form of any kind. Yeah, today I'm back to share with you a couple of other insights that I've received as I've been doing my research, and I've been getting some good reputation towards this kind of content. And if you feel like you are interested in more of it, kindly consider subscribing. And yeah, your boy is definitely jumping right into it right here. So, making a beat from scratch. Yeah, that's the number one thing that I've been seeing many people trying to find out all over. It's like, why and where do you start? One, with a why. For sure, you need to find inspiration. With the inspiration, it comes down to what is in your mind at the moment. What are you feeling like? Is it an emotion you wish to express? Is it something you wish to get off your chest? Is it something that you wish to be in the books forever? Or is it something that you feel is a message and needs to be told? So that comes down to the why. Second, to the how. How are you going to share this fast creation or study from scratch? Yeah. One, you need to find a digital workstation. This is something they call digital workstation in the engineer world, but anyone else would call it a studio or studio software or anything that you can use to create music. When I started out using BandLab, which was like the fast, easiest, accessible means to recording that I had at the moment. And I recorded my first song, put it out on Audiomack. It went pretty well, and that song is still there up to date. And it's like a memory of where it all begins. And then from there, more intuition and more curiosity into the idea of making beats came up, and I'm like, wow, this is a whole different side to it. Yeah. So from BandLab, the next step was getting to know what production entails. And around this time, I met a friend who showed me and took me through the whole, let's say, the first steps or the whole idea of what it means to be a producer, just as simple as he could explain it for someone who is beginning out. Yeah, and I'll be sharing with you in a few, so definitely stick around for that. So once I was introduced to Logic Pro because it was the first application that was easily accessible. I didn't go for GarageBand. I know so many people start off with GarageBand to end up using Logic, but this time I started off directly in Logic, and once I had an idea of what Logic is, of how it works, what it means to record, from there onwards, I was obsessed. I won't lie. I was like trying to find out the next best plugin, the next best way to record, the next best track was on my mind every single time. So I was like, wow, I should definitely find a place that I'm going to express this kind of desire towards the music art. And so man goes and looks up a music school in his area, and wow, I was so blessed that I found a music school in Uganda. That's back then when I just started out. Yeah, so once I find the music school, I put together as much as I can in terms of knowledge, in terms of information, to be able to join in and start right away. So I went ahead and put it on my mind, started working towards it because it was a goal of its own. Yeah, so finally, I get into the music school, and now every single day we are doing what? Music. Waking up, go to school, produce a beat. After producing a beat, go to the main studio, record your artist, record yourself, record a video, record a podcast. And it's just like every day man's waking up to be a producer. Wow, that was one of the most, I would say, exciting times, because like I had nothing else on my mind but music, just trying to make it out today. It was very funny, though. I learned a lot because there were teachers who were actually professionals, guys who had worked on major tracks like international tracks, and they were teaching us, what it means to be a music producer, like really giving us the ins and outs of being a music producer in the Ugandan industry. Yeah, that was very interesting because at the time, all my goals were focused on Uganda. I hadn't yet moved to Canada, and by the time I was like so excited to get into the game in Uganda, get active, make more music, and as soon as that began, I was like ecstatic. That's the word. I was like up and down. If today is something I'm doing in studio in Ontario, I'm going. If there's something I'm doing in Kampala, I'm going. If there's some event going on somewhere, I'm gonna take taxi, whatever it means to be there and perform, to show up and show out and shut down any show, any studio, name it. That was like starting from scratch, back then. Yeah, and so many nice tracks in that period. I released a couple of amateur tracks. I won't say that they were the best tracks because I knew I was still learning, but like the only thing was that I wasn't gonna be able to wait around to hope I'm gonna find someone or hope that someone is gonna come and pass me a beat or give me the next best track to work on. So I had that mindset of go get it for yourself, go make it for yourself, go attempt, at least fail in the process, at least make one or two rubbish tracks and they don't see the light of day, but learn what it means to make a track. And yeah, it worked out pretty well. I would say made a couple of tracks, released a couple of tracks until it was home finally. I was like feeling like in the music industry, man's made it. Because from the start it was like once you put on your first show, then from there it's like the sky is the limit. So yeah, we put on the first show. First show goes so well, so incredibly well. Man's like, what? I definitely wanted to do more events, wanted to be out more, wanted to showcase the art more in Uganda. And wow, that's what was going on already. Mans was pretty happy about it. And yeah, that was like way back. I'm like speaking about things from 2 years back. Yeah, just to give you a journey and a process of how a man's got here, because they say that no one's gonna really care until they know who you are, until they know what you have been through to get there. So around that period, man's get the news. Yeah. Put up to Canada. Yeah, that was the emotion right there. And like my mindset switched. I was just so ready for the industry, like so ready to share the music out here. Because, growing up as a child, but everyone was saying, but there's no way you're gonna make it in music. There's no way. Like how? In Uganda, with all the artists around, like what makes you special? What makes you stand out? How are you gonna reach the rest of the world if you're out here in Uganda? And at that time it seemed like something really big, but like it really hadn't hindered my mindset up to that point. And I was like, they don't know yet, something's coming. I was like hopeful and anticipating for like something major to shift. And once man's pulls up, what? So I moved to Canada and it's like learning a whole different system, learning a whole different environment, which was pretty nice. And if you would like to get some more info on that, I will definitely be sharing in the future. So when we reach Canada, what's the move with the music? Man's trying to find out. Yeah, so of course I'm someone who is gonna create music regardless of where I'm at, if there's a music studio or not. But I still wanted to be in a space, where I can feel like I'm creating, I'm working on a daily, because that's the lifestyle I was used to. I was a full-time creator at this point. Like I hadn't put my focus to anything else but music, because that's the number one thing I've wanted since day one. Yeah, so at this time, I'm just chilling off for the music, trying to learn the game in Canada, trying to, see my way through and see how we are going to get to sharing this content and these ideas that we we made all the way since back then in Africa, plus the upgrade of moving and like learning more and receiving more knowledge. And yeah, it was all in the sights, like it was right in front of me. Yeah, so one day I'm walking, trying to find work. Actually, man, I was trying to look for a job. Yeah, and then man walks into a studio, like literally saw a studio right in front of him. Yeah, that was Studio 393, which was like a free music space for everyone to come by and create art, regardless of where you're from, what you do, how much you have. There's no money, there's no cost. It's just come through, make music. So that was like, yeah, wow. They found me. Man's a producer, man's knows what to do in studio. Yeah. I pull up, first day make Deeper. That's the first day I made a song called Deeper, which you can check out on my channel below. That song is pretty amazing. It was like one of the first songs that really got me into the door. That got me in there in the Canadian industry. Yeah, man's worked on that real quick. Was the first single of my Canadian album. And it was pretty amazing to see a transition of Ugandan boy, street rapper turned Canadian rap star, Afrobeat legend in the making. And I'm like, hey, they don't know. Let them just give us some time. Since back then they're doubting a boy, but see like things already falling in place. Yeah, so Studio 393 was an amazing experience. I shot a video to Deeper, released Deeper in around April. I think it was around this time last year. And then from there, Mans goes on a cooking spree, just like the one which I'm on right now. Cooking spree, making the album in out every day, trying to cook up. By then I hadn't really set up as much at home in my own studio back home. Yeah, so I was like, wow, I should be having two spaces to work at, and then things just fall in place and the studio hires me as a student youth coach, I would say, something like that. And like I was helping out anyone who comes to studio as a producer, telling them what it means to be a producer too, showing other people like it's possible and the experience is for everyone, and it was like the most amazing time when I'm getting to share and learn from other people, learn from different experiences. Like someone literally walks in with a whole different type of music, whole different style from yours, and you adjust to being a producer for them. And that was like everything man's wanted. Like, why not? Get paid to do music, get paid to share music. Yeah, so it was pretty amazing. That has been ongoing on Studio 393's home for life, you know what I mean? Yeah, so your boy is like still on that journey. Since then, I've like given you what it means to become a producer from scratch.